Hey everyone, welcome back. On the last episode, we rescued Princess Sarah and defeated the Jinn. And hey, look at this, we got access to all these new jobs. Uh, I did notice in the first part, I made a mistake. I said that Rafia's father was Kazis. That was actually the town. Her father's name is Taka. Now again, it's just gonna take some time getting used to multitasking, but yeah, let's play around with these new jobs that we got. So I guess I'll give a quick description on each one. The warrior is actually pretty good. If this is your first time playing, you might want to pick this job. This job has the potential to do pretty much the most damage out of any other job. This game actually has a hidden break damage limit. You can do more than 9,000 in this game. It won't show, but you can definitely do that. Monk is pretty good. You get his jaw levels up pretty high. The weapons become pretty obsolete. He has pretty good equipment. White mage, pretty standard. You're going to see this in pretty much everyone's party. Access to level 1 through level 7 spells. Same goes for the black mage. Thief is really good. You can steal some pretty good items depending on your job level. The higher your job level is, you have access to stealing certain gear and equipment. Red mage is really just a jack of all trades. You can attack and equip stuff that a warrior would equip. You have access to white and black magic, lower spell charges and lower levels, but pretty good. You can do everything but Master of None. I'm gonna go with this setup for now. Go ahead and turn Lunith into a warrior, Arc into a thief. You do notice at the bottom that it takes a few battles for your stats and everything to get fully equipped, or back to normal. White mage is just 2 battles. And the black mage. Now, none of these jobs will be in my final party, but some of these will go pretty far. I have Rafia as a white mage for quite some time. Let's go ahead and put Lunith and Arc back in the front row. When you do change jobs, everybody gets unequipped. We're gonna get some better equipment for him now. You can't unfortunately equip the White Slayer. I'm not sure why that's exclusive to Freelancer, and I know the Red Mage can equip it as well. But don't worry, we'll get some better equipment very soon. Better equipment for all of our characters. Just equip them for now. Yeah. Normally I put on the staffs a little later. Let's see, cool thing about, don't want to put that on. Cool thing about the Black Mage is that he can actually equip bows, which is really nice. You can actually get some pretty good damage out of him while keeping him in the back row. You want to siphon through the spells, because we had it pretty good, but now only certain characters can equip magic. Let's see, Cure and Poisiana, Blizzard and Sleep. We'll get access to level 2 spells fairly soon. But yeah, should be good for now. This is what I meant by your stats are in yellow. Eventually they'll turn gray and then green. If you see this little down arrow next to your character, that means that they still need to fight a few battles for their stats to adjust. And now that I have actual jobs that can perform pretty well, I'm gonna try to end every single fight where everyone takes an action. You could have everyone attack, but if one person kills them and the other people haven't attacked, then it's a waste of a turn. So if we do like advance, steal. This is hoping that Arc steals before Lunith attacks, which he didn't. Ah, that sucks. Let's see, 1 experience. Alright, so after you did that whole ordeal with the Jinn and you talk to the crystal, you're gonna want to make your way back to the castle. And this cutscene will play out. Cool, so gonna lift off this curse and then go back and talk to Sid. Now you really can't go wrong with any of the starting jobs. They're all really good. It's just really depending on the utility. Now the thief is actually pretty damn useful. You can steal some pretty good items. once your job level gets to a certain point. In fact, those Antarctic winds and even Arctic winds, which cast a stronger ice spell, those can be stolen. Now, the Arctic wind is a rare still, but that casts Blizzaga. The Antarctic wind just casts Blizzara, but those are going to be really useful. I'll show you where to steal those. Cool, so now the spell has been lifted, and this is the king himself. Yeah, this game has a very classic storytelling. Very reminiscent of the first game. Ooh, and this is gonna act as like a little boat for now. It doesn't cross the oceans, but you can use it to cross little narrow seas and ponds. Alright, so now that the curse is broken, we can actually go and talk to Sid now. Let's go ahead and progress with the story. Now, unfortunately, to steal those really good items, it's actually gonna require your thief to have a job level of 32, which is gonna take a while to build up to. There's actually a boss that, before you get access to your next set of jobs, is actually pretty damn tough. But fortunately for us, he's actually weak to ice, so having a few Antarctic winds, and if you're lucky getting an Arctic wind, which is a rare steal, will definitely cheese that boss. That and a few Blizzara spells. A Black Mage is also another essential. Black Mage and White Mage are pretty good. You definitely want those in your party. Red Mage can get the job done as well, but he's a bit limited in his spell charges. The warrior might not seem that good at first, but just trust me, wait till you get his job levels up and you'd be surprised at the damage output. In fact, he'll be the first job to be doing like 1,000 pretty consistently. Alright, so back in Kazus. And this is Rafia's father. Yeah, in the first part, I don't know what I was thinking. I called the Kazus her father. That's the name of the town. But yeah, multitasking. It's gonna take time to get used to. And no, just like that, Rafia leaves the party. And don't worry, she'll be back very soon. He's got to trigger a few story events. Alright, so here's the set of this game. Alright, we've been putting it to use. Alright, so next destination is Canaan, if that's how you pronounce it. And yeah, Sid is another one of these support characters who joins in. Now, this is this side quest I was referring to. I'm not sure if you can get letters yet. You might get some from Papa. Yeah, yep. Everyone here misses you. We all pray for your safe return. Now, I think it's the 4th letter that you get from him, and you can go and pick up the Onion Knight job. It's like a mini side quest where you go back into the dungeon. But yeah, the Onion Knight, I'm not a fan of that job. Although it can have the potential to be the absolute strongest job. Ain't nobody got time to sit there and grind that job to level 99. And I forgot to do something. You actually want to go back in here and talk to... Enter this house right here. There we go. So yeah, to progress with the story, we're gonna have to add some sort of modification to the ship so that we can get past a boulder. Now, again, referring to that zooming in thing, I know where a lot of these items are, so normally I won't zoom in, but there's actually a mini, like, little dungeon you can go that's north of here. We'll be doing that a little later. In fact, we'll do it right now. I just want to make sure Rafia's in my party. Alright, and the ship is ready for us right here. Man, look at that. Rafia's already on board. Of course, we're not going to get separated. We're the 4 chosen ones, so... And it turns out that everyone is an orphan, finding, getting every character something in common. And I love the airship theme. But before we do that, let's go ahead and, there's some pretty good equipment here. We can buy, but I'll wait till I get to Canaan because there's a lot of stuff you're gonna pick up. So I'm only gonna buy the stuff that I need to. This spot isn't necessarily tough, and you have Sid here backing you. So let's see. I forget that auto battle just continues. I'm used to the Pixel remasters where you have an option of turning it off. Let's see, steel. I forgot to explain. This advance does more damage, but be careful with this because it's actually going to lower your defense. So you see advance, steel, guard, and just attack. Nice, got ourselves some eye drops. Oh, and we should be able to get 2 turns out of this. Oh, sucks, we couldn't steal anything. No, that's like one of the unfortunate things about this, that I don't really understand why there's an agility stat in this game. Because some characters will be faster than others, but that doesn't dictate them going first. Their agilities are tied right now, but see, like for example, agility 9, agility 8, but he ended up going first before the black mage. So that tends to be a bit random. Let me go ahead and heal up. Alright, so there's a sparkle here, but go ahead and click this. I want to get access to some better weapons. Yeah, the warrior is a really good job. In fact, you could end up using that job throughout the whole game, and you won't regret it. Eventually, you'll get it to the point where he can do 9,000 without advance. And that sucks. He blinded me. Still got a good amount of hits, so should be good here. Ah, that sucks. Why are they going before Arc? I'm gonna have to change my setup because he's the one that I actually want to... His job level is like priority over all the other ones. So let's see. Yeah, so it seems everyone got a job level but Arc. Alright, so going here, we're gonna pick up some nice equipment. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, this... Compared to other Final Fantasies, this 9 and 12 is the absolute biggest difference. Whenever you see like your numbers go up, the smallest increase can make like the biggest difference. And look at that. Nice. Attack goes up to 34. Alright, and got ourselves another encounter. Try to set these up better so that, for the first round, I know I'm not going to finish them fully, so... And I completely forgot that this guy's here. Oh wow, those look like the same enemies that were in the other dungeon. Yeah, Sid is not going to be in our party for forever, and in fact, guest characters actually make it harder to learn jobs, because they end up just coming in and it's harder to time everything. So this is ideally how you want it to go. As long as Arc isn't the last one going, but not much control over that. I don't know, maybe I should read up on like a game facts or something. Maybe this agility stat does play something into it, but it's not 100%. But yeah, I might just end up grinding my job levels a bit in between videos. Because it's really simple, you get into a fight, you guard it for everybody 4 times, and then your 5th turn you finish it. Should net you a job increase each fight. Alright, so mainly did that so that we can get this equipment. Pretty much all the stuff you can buy here, I'm pretty sure you can buy in Canaan, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're not fighting any tough enemies until we reach a certain mountain, so we should be good on that. And look at that. Funny enough, we just got the ship and now we gotta part ways with it. I'm definitely gonna be Let's Playing each and every Final Fantasy. Depending on which version, that's gonna vary. Some versions are gonna be easier to record with, and I generally prefer some versions over others. For example, Final Fantasy IV, I still prefer the PSP version as opposed to the Pixel Remaster. 1 and 2 will definitely be Pixel Remaster. 5 and 6, either Pixel Remasters or Game Boy Advance versions. Yeah, we'll be doing this much later on. We're actually gonna speak with him again. There's a secret hidden room with a lot of stuff that you definitely want to pick up. First things first, ooh, don't want to accidentally leave here. Whenever you see Moogle, it's getting the habit of talking to him. You can see new letters, but not gonna get any soon. Anytime soon. Now there's an elixir somewhere around here. If I could just remember, should be down this waterfall. And I still haven't decided if I want to fight Iron Giant. There's a lot of prep work to do. You gotta do all that mailing side quests and then a lot of grinding, because that's actually one of the toughest super bosses you'll ever see in a Final Fantasy game. Especially once you get him down to like half health and he starts abusing that swipe attack. It's pretty ridiculous. You need at least like 5,000-6,000 HP before you even think about taking him on. In fact, I've seen the lowest level I've seen someone fight him is like in the 70s. Of course, they had that Viking, Bard, Ninja, and Devout setup, which is it's classic. Alright, so seems that she is sick. I wonder if there's ideally you're supposed to give it to the elixir, but yeah, I think the only thing that's gonna work here is the elixir. Which, don't worry, plenty more of that where that came from. Now I think you had to do that in order to trigger this Sid moving out of the way. Yeah, what was Sid hinting to there? Guess we'll find out later on. Yeah, so he gets out of the way and tells you about this. Funny enough, through that mailing side quest, you'll end up coming here again later. But that's like at the end of the game. But let's see what we can equip our party with. And whoa, look at all this. Yeah, this game has a habit of having a lot of these rooms. So blind spell, Phoenix down, iron arrows. Iron arrows is nice. Gold needle. Let me go ahead and put this on before I forget. So this is if you want to inflict blind on enemy. I rarely ever use that. Great bow. Nomish bread. That works as like a Libra. And another Nomish bread. think that's how that works. Let's see, displays a detailed map. Yep. And there's still some more chests to find here. Got ourselves 2,000 gil, lovely. This is another reason why I didn't want to go shopping. Just quite yet. Got 2 Phoenix Downs, which you can't even buy, and 4,000 gil, which is pretty nice. Now that gray bow, you could give to your warrior. In fact, the gray bow, even though it says it'll do, what is it, 30 as opposed to 34, I find it does more damage than what Lunif has on right now. I like giving this to Inga so he can do good damage without burning up his spells. In fact, we could buy fire here. If not here, then in Casus. We get an arrow spell for Rafia pretty soon. Now, some of these jobs you could actually end up using now throughout the main game, and even like to the end game. The only reason why I end up switching the White Mage for the Devout is the White Mage doesn't have access to level 8 spells, so you're not going to get access to Arise and Holy, which is pretty nice. Stuff like the Thief, though, you can easily get him doing all 9s. He doesn't have access to the best equipment, but oh well. I will use the Thief until we get access to the final job set. So we have Mithril Knives, go ahead and buy 2 of these for Arc. Now it doesn't show any like green arrows and stuff, but as you can see, Arc and Lunif are highlighted, unlike Rafia and Ingus, which means they can equip the stuff you just bought. Lunif can equip the Grey Bow. I'll stick to the Mithril Swords for now, just save some money. I'm not going to equip those rods. So now Arc can do some decent damage. Again, until they get their job levels up, their job levels dictate a lot of the damage they do. I think that qualifies, or not qualifies, it dictates how much hits they end up getting. You could do up to 32 hits in this game, and you want to get that up high as possible. Alright, so there should be an armor shop, and then check the magic shop, and there's also something we need to do here to progress the story. I think that works as a sanctuary. If one of your characters are knocked out and you don't have any Phoenix Downs, you should be able to just touch that. Let's see, Mithril Armor, defense of 10, which is pretty nice. Go ahead and buy 2 of these. I usually like having some of these if you're running into a tough boss fight. Let's see. Already have 2 Mithril. Actually, yeah, this equipment system doesn't tell you fully. This can get kind of confusing. 2 Mithril gloves and 2 Mithril bracers. Let's see, now it's fully equipped. Everybody. And just like that, our defense increased quite a bit, which is nice. Now, the good thing is they're in the back row, so their defense is really low, so they're going to be taking a lot of damage, but should be good like that. See if they got some new magic spells for us. Yeah, it's funny, so this is my first Final Fantasy game, and spell charges was kind of how I was used to. So when I went to play Final Fantasy 7 afterwards, I was confused that there was an MP gauge. Kind of like how you have your MP. We already have Cure, see, Thunder, which is a level 2 spell, you want to buy that. Poison, Blind. Can't wait till I get to Final Fantasy 4, 5, and then 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you ask me, 4 through 10, that was the golden age of Final Fantasy. Let's see, yeah, bought some spells, so let's go ahead and equip those. Thunder and Poison. Now we can get Fire in the cases, so I'm actually going to backtrack there. Let me see, trying to find where the item shop is at. I think it's usually inside of the inn, but... And yes, you want to buy, why isn't it? Oh, I'm so controller tied. I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's see. Gold needles. Spot we're gonna go to, the enemies like to turn you to stone, so I want to buy a few of these. 6 should be fine. Echo herbs remove silence. You're gonna want a few of these for not anytime soon, but there's gonna be a dungeon which inflicts silence. I like to have a few of those in hand. And everything else we're good on. See, I don't think we necessarily need to rest at an inn. Oh, I guess we... Yeah. Rafia's a bit lower on... She should have 10 spell charges, but she's currently at 7. And unfortunately, this is the only way, apart from using an elixir, to restore your MP charges. So definitely sleep at an inn when you have the chance. And you need to. Alright, so there's one last thing left to do here. I believe it's in here. Now let's see if I remember where all these items are without having to use a sparkle. I know there's a mallet which cures I think those cure mini. Let's see, there's a hidden path right here. Alright, there we go. Another gold needle, nice. Probably didn't need to buy that much, but better to be safe than sorry. You want to talk to this woman? Why would you go to the mountains in the east? So, looks like we had to find this Desh guy. If that's how you pronounce his name. Alright. We're actually going to tackle that mountain on the next episode. There's actually some stuff left to buy in Kazis, so I'm actually going to edit this out. And I'll meet you guys in Kazis. Alright, we made our way back to Kazis. Now let's go ahead and check out these shops. Let's see, he should have fire here. And yep, fire, blizzard, sleep, so you can get all the level 1 black magic spells here. If you need cure and Poisana, I don't know, I think it's Poisiana, you could buy that at the first village, and they sell cure at Canaan. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as everything else we already picked up. Let me buy another one of these. Those shields come in very handy, especially when you fight bosses that you end up using a lot of magic or you want to use items on. You could reduce the damage that your physical attackers are taking by putting them in the back row and putting shields on. Yeah, same thing here, 2 mithril rods. And that's for your black mage, but I prefer bows. But yeah, that pretty much is gonna wrap up this episode. On the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and climb up that mountain to see if we can find that Desh guy. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Have a good one.